This is unprecedented in American history, to have this degree of intervention in the economy on the part of the federal government. It was an unprecedented crisis. I mean, shouldn't we have let all those companies go away?
I think we would have been better off, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Good for you for actually making that.
And I will. You know, bankruptcy is not a death sentence. It's a reorganization. And the viable assets get bought or they get restructured and they carry on. Americans are still going to buy cars. So I don't think it's right, and I don't think it's good economics, to force taxpayers to bail out failing businesses.
So it was right for the steel industry in Pennsylvania to go away. We let it happen.
The steel industry had a lot of problems, some of which were self-inflicted, some of which came from excessively generous labor contracts. I mean, there was a rationalization that had to occur. Now, it's painful when that happens. But if we try to prop up failing business models, we end up losing prosperity because you misallocate capital to areas where it shouldn't be spent.
Do you think today, if we had followed that advice or your belief, that if we had allowed General Motors to collapse, you know, say Ford would have collapsed, AIG gone, a couple of banks would have toppled after that, do you think we'd be in as good shape economically today if that happened?
I think probably better. I think we would have had a harder down. I think we would have taken a hard down. Look at the mortgage industry. Look at housing. I mean, how many bailouts have we had in various iterations, various forms, and yet housing prices still aren't recovering. The housing sector is still weak. It's because we haven't let it find its bottom and start to recover.
Is it that we would be in a better situation now, or that would we be on a more sustainable and strong road to recovery?
Well, I think the latter. I think we would have had probably a tough road down. I think the markets might have hit lower lows. I think we might have had even a bigger spike in some of the other problems. But we would be on a road for a sustainable recovery. It's not clear to me that we're on that path yet. Remember, the Japanese spent at least a decade with sort of this lost period where there was no real economic growth. They propped up banks that just were refusing to cleanse the bad assets, and just sometimes you need that cleansing to really recover.